What's up, guys? So in my other video before I made this one, I said that I was gonna be showing you like what type of lures I have and all that for fishing when I go to fishing trips with my dad and my brother. 1 second, I gotta open this. Ooh, dang. Anyways, so this is my tackle box I showed you in the last video. I'm gonna be showing you like what lures I got. If you got any recommendations for me, like for what type of fish or whatever, or what lures I should be using and stuff, just let me know down in the comments below. Anyways, I'm gonna be showing you the lures that I got today, what I'm gonna be using, because usually we go either bass fishing or out for catfish. So yeah, we usually use this for catfishing, the action rigs. They work pretty well for me. I put a worm on this one, or a minnow on this one, or a shrimp. Sometimes I use shrimp, but yeah, I use my special pole because I just like my pole. It's not that big. It's pretty decent size. Anyways, I'll show you that in the next video. We use this with about a good size sinker. I mean, not a really big sinker, but about a decent size sinker. So maybe like let's see, maybe about this size of a sinker. It's not that big. We use this, we tie it on top of it. We put it right here. It attaches to these right here. So we use that. These work really good for catfish, in my opinion. Let's see, what else? I like to use these things if I'm just gonna cast out there and go for catfish. Just cast it out and let it sink. The motion is so when you throw it down, obviously it goes down. Then it'll sit on the bottom, pop it up. It'll go back down, sit on the bottom, pop it up, sit on the bottom. But I like these for catfish, and they look like this. I like them. They're like little squids, I guess. That's what I call them. I don't know. Yeah, they're like little squids. I like to use them for catfish. And then the other things that I like for catfishing are like squid type things. So, like this would be pretty good. It's got a little reflector on it. And then it's got a little red bead. And it's got, well, basically it's a squid. And it's got this little curved hook. If y'all can see it. It's like curved a little bit. And I never used this yet, but I'm gonna try it next time I go out for catfish. Now on to the stuff I use for bass. But I recommend, if you're going for like a decent size bass, is these little things right here. I actually went to a fishing show somewhere. I don't know where it was. They were like selling a bunch of stuff, and this guy said that these work really well if you're gonna toss it in some lily pads and catch some bass. And it has a trophy right there, and they're like paddle tail frogs. You see a little paddle tail on them. I'll bring one out for you. This one I already used. And got the little paddle tails on them. So when it's swimming, they move like that. And then it'll skim across the top of the lily pads, dive down in some lily pads, and the bass will see it. And it's got orange on it and dark green. I like these ones a little bit more than this one, because this one's like a really lime green vibrant color. But I like both of them, because if the water's a little like murky and dirty or something, then you're supposed to use vibrant colors like light green or yellow. And then if the water is clear, you're supposed to use orange and green. But it's whatever, it doesn't matter what colors you use, but my recommendation is, if the water's murky and dirty or whatever, use like bright colors. And if the water is clear, then use dark colors. And these work really good for bass. If you're throwing them, just casting out there at lily pads. I've actually caught an 18-incher with the dark one. I was up north and I cast it out in the lily pads. I was jerking it a little bit, messed around. Boom! Thing jumps out of the water, grabs it, reel it in. It's about yay big. It's about an 18-incher, and yeah. Okay, so more stuff for bass. I like poppers. I like to use poppers. I call these little things poppers. They got a little ball in them. Once you wiggle them around, you can hear the ball moving. And that's what makes the noise when you're popping it through the water. And they move like this through the water. Ow, dang it. These things are sharp. Anyways, so like the frogs, same colored. This is more of a lighter color. And this one's more of a darker color. I have caught I think it was like a 15-incher on this one right here. I haven't used this one yet because I never needed to. These work good for bass as well as the frogs. I got some different types of frogs. I got the paddle-tail ones. Oh, this one's missing the things on it. The little, it's got like the little wiggly things on it, like these wiggly things. It's missing them on the back. So that's what it would look like that. Kinda. But, yeah, these, I like the frogs because when you hook them in, you hook them in through the mouth, under the belly, through the back legs, and it's on top. So when the fish comes, swims, bites it, and you jerk it, it squishes these down and penetrates them, the hooks, into the mouth. And that's what I like about the frogs when you're in the lily pads and stuff. If you're just going out to have like fun and just catch some bass or any type of fish, just use some worms. Already went through that. Let's see, I've made some homemade stuff too. And some of these I actually found in the sides of rivers and stuff like that. Get back in there. Jeez. Sorry guys that I'm not talking as much or showing you stuff. But okay. This is like another popper thing. This works for like bass and what are they called? They got the long teeth. What are they called? Let me know down in the bottom below. They're like long, not gar pike. Those pike. They're called pike. These work good for pike. It's got the little red underbelly. It's kind of like imitating like a little bluegill or something like that. And you swim it through the water like this. goes in the middle of the water, and it's kind of like a popper too. This works good for bass because the red imitates that it's wounded, and apparently red attracts bass and fish like that eat other fish. This one I like a lot because I catch really big bass with this one. This isn't that small, but I really like this one. And then the things that I found in, like, beside the rivers and stuff, I'll show you right now. I found, we were by a creek in up north, Traverse City. That's where my old cabin was that we used to go to. But now the cabin's gone, and I'm really sad about that, actually, because I really liked that cabin, and I really liked the lake that it was on. I've actually caught my biggest fish in that pond, or lake, that the cabin was on. And then my grandpa, he sold it. But we were in Traverse City. Bumpa took me up to this creek that we went to. Said there was trout, not trout, lots of bluegill or bass or something. And I was just walking around, and then I threw this down there, and I found this actually, but I don't know. I kinda like it. I don't know what they were using it for, the person who owned it, but yeah. And then I found almost the same exact thing as this one. And I don't know what these are used for. If you know, let me know in the comments. I found this one. It was up on the bridge that I was casting off of. This little thing, it's got a reflector on it. Oh, it's missing an eye. It's missing an eye. I kind of like this one. I don't know what they're used for, but if you know, let me know. Never used those two things before. This I found in a little creek in Traverse City when I was fishing with my dad. It's a little crawdad or something like that. Crawfish, crawdad. I have actually used this. When I found it, I put it right on there because there was a lot of rocks in the water. It was in a little creek, and it was sitting on top of a big rock with a line of fishing line and it was on the end of the fishing line, so I cut it off and I took it. Nobody was around. It was just me and my dad. I like this a lot because in that river, with this, I've caught a pike, and there was a pike in the river, and it wasn't a big pike. It was like small. It was like 14 inches or something like that. I caught it with this right away once I threw it in the water. I like this. Let's see what else I got. I have a lot of stuff. This is my homemade thing. When I was at oh God, where was it? I don't know, when I was with my dad, and I've got these two things from the same guy. That the guy walked up to me when I was looking at the stuff over by, like, what he was selling and all that, and he recommended these, and I actually really like them. And he recommended these, but then right next to the stand where the guy gave me both of these, there was a, like, you could build your own Lewers type thing. I was like young, I was like 12 years old when I made this little thing. I put a lot of orangish reddish beads on it, and then like the color of Ireland, the color of Ireland or whatever the flag is for that. Then I went, and there was like a huge bin of worms, and they're like, you could fill the bag up all the way to the top. The bag was about half of the size of this, so it was like about as big as my hand. You could fill it all the way to the top for $1 with a bunch of different colored worms and whatever. I lost that. It's somewhere around here, and I went to Walmart with my dad. We weren't going on a fishing trip or anything. I just wanted to get it because I was watching a different YouTube video of one of my buddies, and he said to use these. These work good for pike and bass. I actually have one of these on my fishing pole, right? I just dropped all of those. Anyways, hang on. Let me get that real quick. I've actually had one of these on my blue pole that I catch bass with and pike and stuff. I have one on there right now. It's like a little tadpole type thing. I like it. Get in there. Jeez. That is what they look like. This is what they're called. Whatever. They work really good for me. I've caught a 20-inch bass with one of these things right here, and I like these too. And then when I was at Walmart, I got this too. I know it says Cabela's or whatever. Yeah, but I've got this from Walmart as well. I never used it before, but I've seen a lot of good fishermen use these. They're like flat, kind of. Never used this before, but I'm going to try it out. And whenever I just go fishing, I like to use these little jigs. You throw them out there, then you reel them in quick, try to catch something, jumps up, bites it. I've not caught anything with this yet. I have used it, but I don't really like this one. This, my dad gave me. He didn't tell me what it's used for or how it works through the water, but I'm guessing it's a floater. It sits on top of the water. And yeah, that's about it for my tackle box and what I use for different type of fish. And I'll show you my backyard and what I might be using for my pool, pond, or pool, lake, or whatever you want to call it. I'll be showing you my backyard and where I might set it up at. So I'll see you guys in the next video where I'm going to show you my backyard and where I'm going to set it up at. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.